What's up, guys? Welcome back to the sky. Today we're going to be farming some geores. I want to get a gigantic geore farm going, but first, to get you caught up a little bit, I did make this guy, Reaction Chamber from Advanced AE, and that is just making Fluix crystals and charged Certus quartz. So that way I can auto-craft a lot of applied energistic stuff, and I am having to export out of the system water, which means I had to get water in the system also. So I just expanded the range of our drawer controller over here that is hooked up to the applied energistics. And now the range is way over there. But now I have water in there. There is a sink up above it just pumping water into that. And then this lava drawer is also in range of the controller. So everything is linked up and we have that on the system. This room is where we're going to put the geores. So I don't have the stuff quite yet to make the really good growth accelerator. So we're just going to go with this growth accelerator to begin with. And I want to try it without the directional thing, because if I have the blocks surrounded on all sides by blocks, do we really need the directional thing? Like if I take, say, building blocks and I get rid of this, I mean, I don't really need a directional control. I want it to grow up, but our annihilation plane will be up there. So shouldn't I just fill it all in with growth accelerators, right? Maybe not. I do believe I have 9 of everything that I can make right now when it comes to the geores. Now there's a few things that I can't quite make, but maybe a couple of them, like these two, the Certus quartz and whatever that word is, the Fluix one. I would like to get to that. I guess ancient debris we could probably do. But then we have vibranium and unobtainium, all that good stuff. Platinum, I'm not sure where it comes from. Ruby, sapphire, and topaz also is down there. Iron, I don't need. We have that one. So anyway, I'm going to smelt all these and put them on top of what? These sand blocks. For the black quartz geore, looks like we have to crush this, and then how do we get the stuff? Red sand. We need, oh. Okay, so we crushed netherrack, and then this is crushed netherrack again, and that gives us red sand, and then we can make that. And nether quartz and that block should make the black quartz. And there is the black quartz. So the other couple, like this uranite and all the modium, sorry. All the modium, we need soul lava, which I don't quite have access to yet. And this I need uranium to get, and I don't have uranium yet. So other than that, we got all the other ones, so now we just need to set them all up in here in kind of a grid pattern. And I think I'll just stick to this end of the room. Yeah, something like that, and I'll have to jump over. I don't know how far this way I'll go. So now all those are down, and if my count is right, I need 28 more growth accelerators. So that is going to be a lot of Fluix, I think. Let's see if we can even craft that. 28. Oh, wow. I can actually craft 28 of them. That's amazing. And there is 28 of those guys in there. How come some of them look different? This one looks different. Why is this one different? Okay, now it's the same. Is any of the other ones like that? It was just placed wrong. There's another one. Get that one, and there we go. Okay, so now they all look right. Everything should be only growing straight up. So now I need to run a whole bunch of Applied Energistics cables. I know there's something we could use within, what is it, one of Direwolf's mods or something like that. But I really want to use Annihilation Plane, so I need to figure out exactly how many of these I have. Hopefully it's 32 or under, and then run a tunnel from this cable right here into the wall. So I'm trying to figure out exactly how I'm going to do this neatly. I have to actually bring 2 dense cables in, 2 tunnels, because each one of these is going to require 2 channels, one for the storage bus and one for the Annihilation Plane. And I'm thinking if we can put the Annihilation Plane over top of it and have a cable, and then maybe the storage bus on top of that, and then the drawer. Or could the storage bus go there? No, maybe. I don't know. This is going to be a mess, I think. So that, and then the drawer up on top. We'll just pretend like this is a drawer. That's the drawer. And then I need to get power to all of these. I think I see. If we use the quartz fiber and a bunch of anchors, that might actually do it. So we don't want channels going from here to here directly. So if we put quartz fiber and then bring this up, that would do it. Right? Maybe? And actually, from this row back should be attached to that one. And then this row forward should be attached to this dense cable back here. So we need to be very careful with that. So we'll put a cable anchor there, run this up, and then, let's see. Okay, so Annihilation Plane is going to go there. Put a cable anchor there. And then Fluix. Yeah. And then on top of that, a storage bus with a storage drawer, like so. Is that the front? Yeah, I believe that's the front. And then I did go ahead and mine that once, so we can put these in there. And now we just have to power all of these. Where is... I don't have any more. Should I be using smart cable? No, because it's... you wouldn't be able to see it as much, so I'll make a whole bunch more of that regular stuff. And actually, on second, or third, or fourth thought, we don't even need channels, I don't think. All we need is AE power. With those drawers, I was thinking I could hook the drawers up to the system, but why do that when we have amazing storage drawers? So I'm just using a ton of cable anchors, and actually I need to get rid of these cables and work my way over, I think. So cable anchors are going all along these lines like so. I know it doesn't look the greatest, but yeah, we're not using any channels. I took that tunnel completely out that was in the corner. I do have that right there, which I can get rid of this tunnel, actually. Get rid of this and just run Fluix up here with quartz fiber. Put that on top. I'd rather it not connect like that, though. It would be nice if it didn't do that. Like this. And here, like that. Yeah, so everything's getting powered that way. And then I can just run this cable across the top. And then am I able to basically stick my hand in here and then put the storage bus on the bottom? Is that gonna work? Oh, it worked. It worked. I'm very confused with Energistics now. So I tried putting a a bunch of annihilation planes on this cable, and it maxed out the channels. Like over there, that cable is maxed. We're maxed over here. 8 of 8 channels. Of course, this dense cable, 8 of 32 channels. But it's trying to find, I guess, you know, somewhere to go. Which I don't even know how we have channels on this cable when we have a quartz fiber cable right there. That is the only connection. There shouldn't be channels going through that. I don't get it. So I guess I'm going to have to go back down there and put the tunnels back in. And divide this line, probably. So I could put a cable anchor here. To make sure the back and the front side are divided and not touching at all. Which, that won't be an issue. It's just now getting the tunnels in there. I'm starting to feel like I'm making an instrument and not a crystal farm. Yeah, this isn't working. Well, I think I have the instrument calmed down. I still don't get it. Like it's working now. This little section's working. I divided each row. Well, I put a little quartz fiber at the end of each row. So like this row is working just the way it's supposed to now. And it's using 0 channels. So why was it using channels before? I don't understand. And I think the instrument was doing its thing was because we had annihilation planes on the other ones without any kind of place to store their items. So it was just making them all go crazy. So I think if we just slowly, like the redstone, I went ahead and mined up one of those. So if we can put the storage drawer on there and throw the crystal in, and then put the annihilation plane on here, then it should work. And we have 8 there. So hopefully when that thing grows, it waits till it's fully grown before it breaks it. And this isn't going crazy. So that's a good sign. Things are definitely packed in here, though. The good thing is, oh, it worked. Okay, so we have 12 now. So I'll have to do that for all of these then. Go in there and mine each one out. Put it in the storage drawer. That way it's kind of programmed. If I can even get in there now. I'm sure there's an easier, much better way. And I need a magnet of some sort. For sure. How does this... Oh, because I had an empty inventory. Put that there. Yeah, so these are probably gonna act up. No, they're not acting up quite yet. Okay, anyway, I need to figure out how to get that without busting all these cables again. I'm still trying to get crystals without tearing cables out. So, on the quest to do that, we're going to use an atomic reconstructor. Hopefully... Oh, crap! Alright, so... Does that go there? Hey, okay. So, we need a couple of those. And then, can I just throw, like, all 4 down? How does that work? Yeah, just like that. Okay, so we're gonna need that. And we don't want that doing things anymore. So then we should be able to take those and throw them in the system and make the ring of magnetizing. But I need this ring. Can I make that ring? Okay. And then this one. Okay, so we have that. But that takes crystal flux. How do we get crystal flux? I'm curious. There's no way that does that, right? Like if we put that there, there's no way. No. I'm not sure how to get crystal flux yet. I guess I need to look into that. We're going to try and make an energizer and see if that works. It seems that redstone lever works to turn this thing off. So that's pretty amazing. So I needed a whole bunch of these crystals to throw in there. And the Energizer advanced coils, we need a bunch of gold nuggets. Let's see, we should have tons of gold. Well, not tons, but enough. We'll put that there. Okay. So advanced coils, we need basic coils. 2 of those. And the advanced coils, 2 of those. And are we good? There's an Energizer. Let's take this up here and hope that this does what I want it to. Put that there, and can you go in there? Oh, it's working. That's great. That's great. Okay, so we can take this ring, and then we can go figure out how it works. Can I do this? And what happens if I just go like this? I don't know if this is going to work. I don't know. It does work. Okay, so it's nice and shiny and stuff, so it's on. And then I could go over here and grab this, and it sucks it right up. That is amazing. Okay. So we're on to something now. We're on to something. I need to make more drawers. So I have one side done, finally. One other problem I had was like the amethyst wasn't working quite right, and that was because I had amethyst shards in the storage system, and then, you know, we're still not using any channels down here, so I don't know exactly what the deal is, but it is working. So luckily the upgrades that I put on that storage controller over there actually surrounds this. So what I'm going to do, I went ahead and got into the system and took all of the shards out of the system. And actually, there should have been a drawer over here. Yeah, this is not a good thing to have. We need to get rid of it, I think. That could cause problems later. But anyway, so we'll take and we'll go like this. And then we should be able to link all these drawers to that one, and then be able to see it and use it in the storage system. We'll go like this and link all these drawers up, and I'll do the same thing for this other side. Okay, so remember, I took all the shards out of the system. Let's see if, okay, so they're in there. Okay, that's amazing. So now I need to get the other side hooked up, as painful as that's going to be. And it is finally all done. That was a big pain in the butt. I still don't understand. We're not using any channels like we were before, so I don't know what exactly I did wrong. Maybe you guys could tell me. I'm not sure. Like, I'm half tempted to unplug the tunnels again just to see what happens, but not right now. We have this working. Maybe I'll wait, see if you guys have an answer. So it's working. Let's go look at the system real quick just to make sure everything is in here, and then we need to get it processed. Yeah, look, all of them are in there. That's pretty awesome. Alright, so ore processing. What I did was I went into here because I want to make sure that we're not storing it on these. I'd rather put it in storage drawers, but I went ahead and got all the ingots out of here that we're going to be messing with here. I got steel, conductive alloy is still in there because we're not getting that from shards, and all the modium is in there because we don't have that shard yet. But I went ahead and made some more storage drawers so we can put those all the way over here. And I figure we'll just link them to this controller. We can put these down like so. And then we'll put gold in one. I thought I had a gold one. No, I don't. Okay, so there's gold. And yeah, you need to go in there. And then I'm pretty sure I had an iron one. Yeah, there's the iron one. And honestly, should I? No, that's fine. That's fine. I kind of actually What if I get rid of that? Get the nuggets out of there. Can I unlock that drawer and... Yeah, we'll unlock it. And then can I just put this in here? No, give me those back. There we go. Okay. That's better. And then we'll lock this back up. Okay. Lock that. And then we need one for aluminum. And then we need, what? Osmium here. Okay. And copper. We got copper, aluminum, osmium, and gold. So we can go over here and grab those shards before I forget. And then we can set up the ore processing. So let's just look up shard. So we're going to need gold, definitely iron. There's aluminum. What was the other one? The other one was copper. Okay, so there's those four. So then what I'm going to do is just take these smelting factories and I will upgrade these to the absolute max. So they'll be much faster than what they are now. Okay, so we have the factories, and then back here we're just going to... I'm going to have to power them. Well, that'll work. So I'm thinking if I just take item conduit and run down the back, and then we could go out this side for now, and all these can be on extract. So we just got to change the redstone mode to always active. And then, of course, on the machines, the backs need to be output, right? Yeah. So we need to do that with all these guys. This one, output. Okay, so they should output. And then I do want to, you know, should I turn the auto sort on? We'll leave it off. That way it could be doing 3 different ores at the same time. Maybe that's the way to go. Okay. So on this side with the AE, we'll just put an export bus in there, and I should have enough channels for export buses. I'll have to put a dense cable somewhere down there. So on the export buses, then we'll just go and put our different shards in there. So we'll put 4 in this one just to see how it goes. And then we need to change the side configuration. So on this side, we want it to be input. So there's shards going in, and we can always speed up the export buses too. So that's going to smelt all that stuff. It's not putting the other, well, it's just working on gold right now. Maybe I should go ahead and put auto sort. Yeah. We'll do auto sort on all these. Maybe on, we'll kind of split them. So like this one, we could do iron. This one up here, we'll go ahead and do copper. So then they all should be running. Well, we need to change that to input. Okay, so there we go. And input. So now we're doing something. Now we're doing something. Awesome. So I'm going to probably put up a couple more smelting factories over here just to kind of space all the shards out. But once they get caught up, it shouldn't be too bad until we upgrade the growth accelerators. Then we might have to, I don't know, do something else about it. I don't know how fast it's going to be. So anyway, I'm going to work on that. That's going to be it for today. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.